Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Ready to Love Season 10, Episode 9. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. But let me say this before we get into it. This has got to be the most boring first episode of a retreat for Ready to Love ever. I don't know. It didn't give no zhuzh, child. So, child, let's just get on into it. So when the episode first opens up, all the men meet in the vault. Tommy tells them that he wants to recognize them for putting in the work. And they're black men and they should be commended. What work exactly did they put in, Thomas? Huh? What work? I'm like, what is happening? Child, anyway, but we know this show is male-centered, so let's just go on head on, child. Moving forward. So anywho, he wanted to congratulate them and whatnot, so a pat on the back. He then tells them that he's sending them on a vacation or a baecation with the ladies. Now, we all know it goes down as soon as they get up at the retreat. Now, like I said, normally it's a little bit more exciting than this one was, but here we are. So everybody is getting ready to go, and I'm used to them getting in their separate cars and whatnot. But because we have Cisco, hey, Cisco. Because we have Cisco. I'm just kidding. But Emma. But because we have Cisco, and I'm just playing with you, sir, okay? Everybody is ready to hit the road, and we go ahead and hop on a Sprinter. I said, you know what? Actually, this is a good idea. I like it better this way. Now, from a producer standpoint, even though I'm not one, they can get extra content. And on top of that, you can see some of the dynamics, but it did kind of give high school a little bit, because you used to try to sit next to your boo when y'all going on a field trip and whatnot, and you try to hurry up and sit in the back of the bus so you can do stuff you ain't supposed to be doing. That's what this gave me. Okay. Now, Sahara made sure that she sat next to her boo on the bus on the way to the field trip and whatnot. And of course, Kiara and Jay, they were sitting together. Now, apparently, they had a talk. Okay, and she let him know. Be on your best behavior. You need to keep it cute or keep it on mute. Don't play. Okay, do not play. I guess Kiara thinks that her and Jay are locked in, but I don't understand why you have to give him a pep talk if you know that y'all are locked in. Now, they get to the house, right? They get there. It's a beautiful house, plenty of space for everybody to spread out. They break into their little groups so they can go find their rooms. Child, Cisco don't care. As long as he got a break from the bunk beds that he been sleeping in, he good. Honey, he can get a cot on the floor. He gonna be fine. He gonna be fine. And his couch is everywhere too. Child, he all right. So they're getting in there, and Tay did ask Cisco to room with her. I mean, I guess she forgot that he snores like a grizzly bear. But I don't know. I just don't think she should have asked to room with him. Girl, give him like a little mystery or something. I don't know, child. I wouldn't have asked him to room with me, but that's just me. I already figuring out a place for him to sleep, snoring all. Child, let him sleep where he gonna sleep. So then Tommy arrives to give them their notes, because Tommy has to get there and tell them what's gonna go on for the weekend. He told them that the getaway is about figuring out who you want, because there can only be one connection. So you need to figure it out while you are here. So then, he gets his round of applause and whatnot, and he leaves. So now it's time to get into it if they're going to get into it. So Rose tells Cam and Hussein that she wants to play rock, paper, scissors for who's going to take her bags to the room. So, they were kind of like being funny or whatever. They jumped up. Cam took her bags, and Sahara instantly jumped in her feelings. Oh, baby, that pissed her off. Because, it's one thing when you know that everybody's dating, but you don't have to see it. And then it's another when you're actually seeing them interacting with the other person. So now she over there playing in Jay's face. I'm like, okay, y'all just a mess. Jay talking about, well, it's like me and Sahara, we cool like a friend, but just say you kind of like Sahara a little bit, because you were all at the block party talking about you liking Around the Way girl. You like her to some extent, but not as much as you like Kiara. He was rubbing her neck, giving her a little bit of massage, honey, and Kiara passed by them. Y'all, I don't know how long y'all been watching Ready to Love, but do y'all remember the Houston season when Denise passed by Calfani? And she gave Cal Funny that look. And she told him, keep it cute. Baby, this was Denise all day, honey. Shout out to Denise. Let me tell you something. Denise is one character from Ready to Love that I will never, ever, ever forget. Okay, Denise is that girl, honey. She was nuts. And then y'all remember when she came up with a whole speech that wasn't even given? I was like, this lady is really crazy. But anywho, Denise was one of those characters, and that's exactly how Kiara looked when she walked past Jay and Sahara. Now, I guess Jay wasn't paying attention, but she definitely looked at him like, what the hell is going on over here? And then over in the corner, everybody else was wondering, where did they come from? And I'm wondering too, because how did that even happen? Moving forward. But Kiara, I'm speaking directly to you. Girl, I wouldn't even sweat it, because Sahara is basically trying to make Cam jealous. Okay, she don't like Jay like that, y'all. She's just trying to find something to do, honey, so she don't look crazy, worrying about what Cam got going on. Over on the other side, Cam and Rose are in the room, and they're talking. Child, she done already went down to the Ross Dress for Less, buying him shirts and whatnot. I was like, girl, why are you buying him clothes? Rose, girl, I know you want to be chosen. And I think you don't know who you want to be chosen by. But it always seems like you do something to get a leg up with whomever you're speaking to. Now, when it was Hussein, you wanted them to smack it, flip it, rub it down, and use fruit roll-ups. Now here you are over here showing Cam that you can take care of him, and you know that he wears a 2T in shirts. Girl, why you buying him clothes? What is wrong with you? Honey, Rose at the Ross. Child, this is a fool. Every single season, the women work so hard. There's no reason for you to work so hard. You don't really have to do that. Why are you buying him shirts? I don't know. It just didn't make any sense to me. Like, girl, don't be buying him nothing. So in the confessional, he is saying that Rose is one of his top connections. And I feel like you said that to everybody, Cam. Who is the real top connection? Will the real number one please stand up? Because Sahara thinks she's the number one. And you know she ain't nobody's number one, honey. She just playing. And then you have Rose. So what is it? So anywho, after that was said and done and he got his gifts and whatnot, they're all out and they're enjoying the house. Baby Cisco up there sleeping. And child, you know he need a little rest on an actual couch and not a cot, honey. So he living it up. Do you hear me? Sucking in all the AC, watching up all the cable. Watching up all the cable, child. Over in the kitchen, they're talking about things that don't matter. Honey, I felt like somebody was going to pull out a podcast mic, because some about them damn podcast mic, they start talking about stuff that don't matter. I don't give a damn about splitting no birthday check. I don't care if you want the man to do this and the woman to do that. Take your red pill and get the hell on. I just get so sick of these podcasts. I hate to open up social media and immediately see a podcast, a group of men talking about stuff that don't matter. And here we are. So we're in the kitchen, minus the podcast mics, and they're talking about the difference between toxic and spicy. So Cam said he feels like toxic is breaking the windows out of your car. He's like, I don't even think you should let people get you there. That's just crazy. Now, both Kiara and Angie are like, I bust the windows out your car. Honey, shout out to Jasmine Sullivan, because you will get these windows busted out. So then he's like, well, I don't think you should let people get you there. And Angie said, let me tell you something. Play with it if you want to, and I'm going to play right back. So you might want to get your mind right. Now, he wanted to know if she's ever broke a window out. And she said, yes. Now, I can already see her acting a fool. So I really wasn't shocked that she said she knocked a window out before. I mean, I wasn't shocked. I was like, okay, and what else is going on? Now, once he heard that, and then there were two. Honey, because she was eliminated in his mind as soon as he heard that. I said, oh, okay, Angie, you done messed up, child. But I feel like he should have asked Sahara, because I know she got some shards of glass still in her damn foot to this day. I know she... Sahara looked like she get down. So I just feel like if you were going to ask one, you need to ask Wild Child, because I feel like everybody got a little something. Moving forward. I personally stopped acting a fool like that in college, because as you age, you should grow. Now, let me just put this out there, okay? I have never busted a window out of anybody's car, because I don't want you touching my vehicle, okay? Because I barely had a car, so I really don't want you messing with my stuff, so I didn't mess with yours. But I did throw a PlayStation down 3 flights of stairs. I did. Then I got in my car and ran it over. But that's because he cheated on me, child. And this is a long story, honey. That's a story time. That's really a story time. And I'm going to have to tell y'all that over on the Patreon. Okay, shameless plug. I'm going to tell y'all about it over on the Patreon. Now, I bought the PlayStation. So therefore, and thus and such, I should be able to tear the PlayStation up. But I did not bust the windows out of his car. But I did break his heart because he loved that damn PlayStation. But that's what you get, because next time you cheat and I'm sick, then you know not to do that. But that's when I was toxic, okay? That's when I was toxic, and that was college. But I wouldn't do that as a grown woman. So Rose is over there telling Hussein, I'm not perfect by far, but you get 3 strikes with me. So then he told her, I struggle with giving 1 strike. Sir, to me, I feel like you were disqualified after we had to meet Mr. Polly Pocket, talking about all of his polyamorous and polygamous dreams or whatever the hell he was talking about. When that man came out and your little 3 friends were talking about sex all last week, they gave childish and overly sexual, and so did you by association. So I didn't even look at Hussein the same this episode because I was skeeved out. I was like, honey, because them your partners. Ain't no telling what they be saying to you, you be saying to them. Nah, I'm good. Over in the kitchen, Jay came, he was trying to kiss on Kiara and whatnot, and she was like, honey, you need to get away from me. Now you need water after being in the Sahara Desert. Don't come over here, okay? Because I don't want to do no kissing. I don't want you kissing on me. Go right on back over there and intertwine in the desert. You cannot put all your eggs in one basket. This is a dating show. So I know how it looks, and I know how it probably felt, especially because you and Jay been so locked in and you really didn't see any outside connections outside of you. But girl, I don't know, honey. You should have flirted with somebody. Break Tay up from Cisco, honey, and go over there and tell him you ready to take a nap. Do something. But don't be worried about them, child. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. Meanwhile, Cam is over there in isolation, and Angie comes over. She was like, why are you over here by yourself? You want me to sit down? So she sat down. She's like, are you mad at me? He said, no, I'm not mad at you, but I'm just trying to figure out if I do something, are you going to work on your get back? So now they going back and forth and back about her being one of those toxic women that vandalizes property. And she was like, well, that's not what I meant by matching energy. Girl, yes, it is. There's no other way to match something besides doing the exact same thing. Like, what are you talking about? And if that is who you are, then cool. But you need to own that. Talking about that's not what I meant by match energy. Girl, if somebody do something to you, you're going to do something back. So just please. So now she's in her feelings and she feels like he's just trying to find a reason not to like her. I don't think it's that, because I didn't think he was going to choose you anyway. So I personally don't think he's just trying to find a reason not to like you. I think maybe that just threw him off. You don't know if he's experienced that before and didn't want to go back to that. You don't know what went down. So when you said that, that's something a person would want to know. Like, oh, okay, well, they get crazy. So I don't know if I really want to deal with crazy. These are things at your age that you should be talking about. And tell me what's going on so I can see the red flags up front. Honey, I know that's right. But this is just a side note. This is neither here nor there. Does somebody in the house steal? Because Cam, why are you wearing this bag everywhere you go? Why are you wearing it and won't put it down? Is it designer? Why do you have this bag on? Is it a part of the outfit? I mean, he didn't take that bag off not one time during the episode, y'all. I kid you not. I was just thinking somebody in there must steal. Because, baby, the way he wearing his bag around, honey, this is a fool. So after they got through going on and they got through having their conversation, everybody sits down to share a meal. And Cam is still wearing his bag. He's still wearing that damn bag. He's over there talking to Sahara. He's like, yeah, you mad at me? You still like me? She said, I mean, a little bit. So, they're going back and forth, having a little banter. And then he starts being cocky, telling us that he has no competition. So he encourages Sahara to go over to the other men because she'll be right back. Okay. He ain't worried about it. Y'all know what, though? As I was watching this, I was thinking a lot of these people I did not imagine seeing this late in the game. The way that Cam really didn't have a connection in the first few episodes and the way Deanna kind of sunned him when they started talking about their mutual firefighter situation, I just knew he was going to be at the house already. Khalil didn't really have a solid connection, which he should have. I don't know what these women looking at. Maybe it's something that we don't know. And I don't know if it's because he tossed the salad or whatnot. I don't know what it is, but the women are really not honing in on Khalil, and he seems like a decent man. I did not expect to see Jay. Okay, that's for dang gone show. Cisco, child, he been sweating since episode 1. So I was expecting to follow the drip on back to the bus stop. I just don't know who I expected to see, but it wasn't these people. Moving forward. So after dinner, they play Truth or Dare Jenga. Now, I don't know if this is written into Ready to Love's contract or what, but this is what they do every single time they go to this retreat. Can we do anything else? They do the standard, who's your number one? Give your number one a lap dance. So then Tay went over there, and of course she gave Carlos Cisco a lap dance and whatnot. I was like, child, anywho. So everybody's about to get in the pool because now dinner's over. The Jenga has failed, honey. It's falling. So everybody gone on to your separate quarters. So Tay's like, come on, we're about to get in the pool. Cisco trying to get in the bed. Baby, Cisco said, let me enjoy this high thread count sheet while I can. I don't want to go outside, but maybe that's just me. So then, they share a kiss. She convinces him to go outside, and they're all sitting by the pool. Now, as I'm looking at the scene and they're all sitting outside, one thing that I do love about this season is that everybody looks distinctly different. They look like real people. Nobody looks like each other. Nobody's dressed like each other. I don't know. It's just something. They have an authentic feel to them. I don't know what it is exactly, but that keeps me coming back each and every week because they're an authentic cast. So that's what I do like about them. And when I saw them sitting around the pool, I was like, everybody look different. I like that. Now, that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. Over on the other side, Rose is upstairs, and she's sharing a room with Hussein. But, they have double beds and whatnot. And she's trying to convince us, well, ain't nothing going on until after some decisions have been made. I was like, girl, who you trying to convince? This is a fool. In Jay and Kiara's room, baby, she going off. Do you hear me? It's going down. So she going off, but she's going off facing the wall. Kiara, baby, that's how I used to argue in high school. Why don't you sit up and have a conversation? Why are you arguing with your face in the pillow? Why are you doing that? The fussing and all of that. Baby, y'all fussing like y'all been together for 6 years already. I was like, look at this. It's a Philly love story. Baby, now this right here is toxic. This ain't spicy. This is toxic. So she's telling him he was wrong because she hasn't been doing anything with these other men, up intertwining her legs with no other man. And they had already talked about that. So she's pissed that he didn't come in and apologize. He's still trying to justify what he did. Now, to be honest, there is no reason for all this commotion because y'all haven't even made it to the bridge. There's no theme song being played or nothing. And if y'all arguing like this now, what is it going to look like in a few months or a few years? It is a dating show at the end of the day. That wouldn't have even fazed me because it didn't look like nothing. But maybe that's just me. I know, when you're in it, the emotions are heightened. So maybe I'm speaking from a perspective of watching it on TV. But I would have been like, I would have went over there and just moved a leg. Maybe I would have slung that leg right on back to the other side. Girl, if you don't get over and sat right in between them. But that's just me. In the next scene, it's the next morning and they're making breakfast. Khalil and Deanna go off to the side because Khalil is grasping for straws at this point. I think both Khalil and Deanna need to pack it up because Tay is playing him to the left and Deanna is everybody's homegirl. I just don't see her match being there. And I don't see Khalil's match being there either because for some reason, these ladies do not see it for him. And I don't know why. So they sit over there, they're talking. And she was saying how people think that she's really masculine, but that's not the thing. And that's really not who she is. And so he wanted to know, okay, so what should a man do if he's with you? And she said, he can kind of touch up the chipped paint and take the trash out. Girl, what? Okay. So you want your man to go down to the Sherwin-Williams, get some paint, touch up the cracks, and take the trash out? Okay, Deanna, honey. Deanna is definitely her own man. She really is. She is her own man. Her entire personality is that damn firehouse. Khalil keeps talking about how they're friends, but sir, there's nothing more there. I know you're trying to make it happen, but you cannot make fetch happen. It's not happening. So just leave it alone. So after realizing that this is probably nothing, and I know Khalil did realize that, and I think Deanna realized it too, later Khalil and Jay go talk. So Jay is trying to tell him about what went on and why Kiara is mad at him. So Khalil told him that she probably was looking at it in the perspective of, I don't do that with my friends, and she's upset about all that leg touching, and why would you be doing that with a friend? And he gonna say in his confessional, well, I mean, I don't know. I didn't really see anything wrong with it because I usually touch my friends like that. That ain't nothing. You better not touch any other woman and rub on them, their necks, any of their body parts. Not if you with me. Child, that is a no. Child, that's not good at all. Why would you do that with your platonic friend? And Khalil is trying to explain to him that from her perspective, it didn't look good. Especially if you're saying she's your top connection and the two of you are a thing. She looks over there, she sees you intertwined with Sahara. Like, it just didn't make her feel good. And I'm happy that Khalil could help him see how it felt from Kiara's perspective. But I feel like if Kiara would have talked to him instead of yelled at him, he may have understood where she was coming from. Because she was more so like, I don't know why you don't understand what I... Okay, baby. This is the first little rift. When he came up to you and tried to do all that kissing, you should have said, oh, so now you're thirsty. And then he's going to be like, what's the issue? Then you take him in the room and tell him, I don't appreciate you doing what you out there doing with Sahara when we already had a talk. We even talked about it on the way up here, and I feel disrespected. They might not understand it, but you should know. Okay, because from what you told me, it seemed like we were on the same page. You got to talk to him because they don't be knowing no better. Girl, you got to guide them, honey. They don't know. I feel like Khalil is a really good guy, though. He really is. Because the way that he didn't just co-sign Jay, that took him up a notch in my book. Because you know when men get together, they sometimes co-sign each other. Well, I don't even know why she mad. It's free game. You know, we just getting to know each other. He could have said any of that. But he tried to get Jay to see it from Kiara's perspective. And I have to say, I mean, I really appreciated that, okay? But Jay, if you have friends of the opposite sex and you rub their necks and you intertwine your legs with theirs, Kiara may as well quit while she's ahead, honey, because you are not the one. You are not ready to love, okay? You damn sure ain't ready to love nobody like Kiara because she is not going to be playing with you. Moving forward. In the next scene, they're all sitting outside. They're having a good time, and Tommy shows up again. And this time he has a curveball. He told them it's the men's turn right now to eliminate a lady right now. So both Angie and Deanna can go, but that's just my opinion. I feel like Deanna's personality falls flat and Angie is team too much. And she don't want nobody that's going to really do anything anyway, so she might as well go on to the house. So Tommy pulls the men to the side. And of course, he's asking, who your number one is, who's your top connection. Cisco said Tay. Hussein said Rose. Then Jay said Kiara, but he messed up, with Sahara. Now he's explaining it to Tommy. Tommy tells him, okay, well, you can't control her putting her leg over you, but you can control massaging her neck. That's on you. He can control her damn leg too. He can be like, all right, scoot over. You ain't got to be intertwined if you don't want to be intertwined. You don't. So they're all talking about who their number ones are. Then Tommy asked Cam, well, are you bothered by Jay and Sahara? He said, nah. I told Sahara, she was too focused on me, so, she could go out there and explore other men. He cocky and whatnot, y'all. But then he said, really and truly, all three of them getting on my nerves. Cam, you always got a problem. Now, I understand your issue with Angie. Sahara ain't really doing nothing but showing interest. And then she even tried to find somewhere else to go so that you wouldn't be upset. And what is your problem with Rose? Like, Rose didn't do nothing. She gave you a gift. This is the crazy part to me. You said all three of them are getting on your nerves, but I think you are more upset than you're letting on about Rose being potentially interested in Hussein. So you want them to go out and explore so they can get off of you. But when they go out and explore on their own, then it's a problem. So all of them should stay up under you except Sahara. I'm so confused as to what's going on, child. And you don't even know. Okay, you mad at all three of them, and I think you should only be upset with maybe one, and that would be Angie. So then he started to ask the men who they aren't feeling. Hussein basically said Angie. He said, I just feel like that would be like a good old weekend drive-by, and I'm not trying to do that. I said, oh, no, ma'am, honey. I just keep them satisfied through the weekend. You got 9 to 5, I'm the weekend. Baby, not the weekend. I said, they so disrespectful, honey. But like I said, I wouldn't look at Hussein twice, but maybe that's just me. So then Khalil and the other men bring up Deanna and how she's standoffish. Now, Khalil says she's a little slow. Now, I don't think he meant like she's slow. I think he means she's slow to open up. Because I know, that probably took people aback. Like, not she's slow. I don't think he meant that way. I think he just means that Deanna is closed off and they ain't getting nothing. So a lot of men were bringing up Deanna's name. Tommy told them they need to think about that, because if it's hard now, how is it going to be in 6 months when the cameras go down? To be continued. And that was the end of the episode. Yeah, it gave nothing. Okay, it gave like a little bit of attitude from each person. And it's like, okay, y'all got a little attitude and... Like, the most explosive part was Kiara fussing at the wall. Other than that, wasn't nothing going on but the rent. And Cam wearing that damn satchel everywhere he went. Cam, if you don't put that bag down, honey, hide it under the mattress or something if you think Cisco gonna take it. I'm sorry, Cisco. I'm just playing. I know you and Cam cool. I just like to mess with you. Anywho, y'all comment down below. Tell me exactly why you thought Cam was wearing that backpack. Y'all also tell me why y'all think Rose brought them damn clothes. Please tell me why Sahara had her legs intertwined on Jay. Why was Kiara talking to that wall and that pillow instead of talking to that man? Please let me know why Deanna had that wig on for a second episode confessional. Girl, don't piss me off. Please let me know how y'all feel about Cisco finally getting to bed. I just don't know. It was so much to have feelings about and nothing to have feelings about all at the same damn time. Y'all comment down below and I'm going to comment back. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.